Good day everyone, welcome to another amazing section with Elite Tutors. Today we are going to be looking at a very important topic, which is the topic of simultaneous equation. So today we have two questions that will help our understanding, and I want you to follow closely because I'll be revealing some important secret while solving simultaneous equation. Now we have the first equation. We have 5x plus 2y equal 12. These are first equation. And we have 4x plus 3y equal 11, and these are second equation. And one of the best methods to use while solving simultaneous equation, we are going to be using the elimination method. And let me teach you the secret to elimination method. While trying to eliminate, if you have same signs, all you have to do is to subtract the equation, and if you have different signs, all you need to do is to add the equation. If you have same signs, you subtract the equation, and if you have different signs, you add the equation. Now let's go ahead and let's see how that plays. Now looking at this, I want to eliminate, let's say I want to eliminate y. I want to eliminate y. So for me to eliminate y, I have to make sure that equation 1y, the coefficient of y in equation 1 is same as the coefficient of y in equation 2. Now how do I do that? I can go ahead to say equation 1 multiply by 3. I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 3, so I'll have 6, and I'll multiply equation 2 by 2, so I'll have 6. And don't forget, when saying equation 1 times 3, it's every single item here that we are going to be using to multiply, not just 2 are here. So we have that 5x times 3, we are going to have 15x plus 2y times 3, we are going to have 6y equal to, and then we have 12 times 3. 12 times 3, we are going to have our 36. Yes, 12 times 3, we have 36. And then we'll arrive at equation 3. And then our equation 2, equation 2 times 2. What we say equation 2 times 2, so that the coefficient of y here can be equal to 6y. So we have 4x times 2, we have 8x, plus 3y times 2, we have 6y. And then with 11 times 2, we have 22. And this becomes equation 4. So at this point, for both our equation 3 and equation 4, you see that the coefficient of y for equation 1 and for equation 3 and the coefficient of y for equation 4 is 6. So at this point, I can be able to eliminate. And like I told you, when they are same signs, now I want to eliminate 6y. If you look at what sign is attached to 6y in equation 3 plus what sign is attached to 6y in equation 4 plus. So because they are same signs, I am going to subtract. But when they are different signs, I will go ahead to add. Now I have 15x plus 6y. 15x plus 6y is equal to 36. This is my equation 3. And I have 8x plus 6y is equal to 22, and this is my equation 4. Now I can go ahead to work, because they are same signs, I am going to work subtract. Now we subtract 15x minus 8x. 15x minus 8x will give us 7x. Now we have 6y minus 6y, we have 0. Equal to 36 minus 22 will give us 14. So at this point we have 7x is equal to 14. So since we are looking for the value of x, we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. And what is the coefficient of x? 7. So here divided by 7 and here divided by 7. 7 we cancel out 7, so we have that x is equal to 2. So now that we have the value of x is equal to 2. For us to ascertain y, we are going to substitute y in any of our equations. So let's substitute. We see that substitute x equal to 2. Let's say we substitute inside any of the equation. Let's say equation, because these are equation 1 and equation 2. If you substitute x into any of the equations, you get the same value for y. So let's just pick the first equation into equation 1. In equation 1. So wherever we see x, we are going to insert 2. So we have that this is 5 into 2 plus 2y equal 12. So 5 times 2 will give us 10 plus 2y equal 12. So at this point, don't forget we are looking for the value of y, so we'll try to isolate y. So we have that 2y is equal to 12. This is 10. 10 crossing over becomes negative minus 10. So we have that this is 2y is equal to 12 minus 10, we have 2. So we have 2y is equal to 2. In order for us to get the value of y, we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of y. So here divided by 2, here divided by 2. 2 we cancel 2. So we are going to have that y is equal to 2 divided by 2, we have 1. So y is equal to 1. So what are our coordinates for this particular equation? We have that x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. And then for our next question, for example 2, we have x minus y equal to negative 18, and we have xy equal to 1363. Now when most students see this equation, since this doesn't look like their normal regular simultaneous equation, they become scared. Why? Because this particular question consists of one linear equation and one non-linear equation. When trying to solve this kind of equation, the best method to imply is your substitution method. So we have this to be equation 1 and this to be equation 2. Now, from equation 1, we have that x minus y equal minus 18. We want to make x the subject. B should be x is equal to minus 18. Negative y crossing over becomes plus y. And this can be written as x is equal to y minus 18. So we'll be able to make x the subject. So we're now going to substitute x, which is equal to y minus 18, into equation 2. So wherever we see x, instead of us writing x, we are going to be imputing y minus 18. So let's go ahead. So we are going to impute this into equation 2. So equation 2 is xy equal to 1363. So instead of us writing x, we are going to have that word y minus 18 into y is equal to 1363. At this point, we can go ahead to open our brackets. So we multiply, use what is outside to multiply what is inside. Y times y, we are going to have y squared, negative, and y times 18, we have 18y. is equal to 1363. Now at this point, what are we going to do in order for us to solve? So we are going to convert this to a quadratic equation. And for us to do that, we have to move this inside and equating this equation to 0. What do I mean? We are going to have y squared minus 18y. This crossing over becomes negative 1363 is equal to 0. So at this point, we now have a quadratic equation. Now, most students, when they see this, they are only used to what are those two numbers that when you multiply the first term and the last term, we give you the number, and then when you sum, it should give you the middle number. So instead of being confused, you can introduce the quadratic formula when trying to solve this. You can introduce the quadratic formula. And what is our quadratic formula? We have that minus b plus minus, you have your roots, b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So at this point, you have to identify your three variables. You have your a, b, and c. Your a is your first term, the coefficient of your first term, your b is the coefficient of your second term, and your c is your last term. So what does that imply? This implies that our a is equal to the coefficient of y squared, which is 1. Our b is the coefficient of y, which is minus 18. And our c is minus 1363. And then we are going ahead to impute these parameters into our quadratic formula. Now let's make progress. Follow closely. Now this will be, we are looking for the value of y, so y will be equal to minus, don't forget your b is a negative sign, minus 18, right? Plus minus, you have your root sign, what's your b squared? Negative 18, all squared, minus 4 times our a, 1 times our c, we have negative 1363 divided by 2a, which is 2 times 1. So let's finish up this question here. Let's finish up this question on the other side of the board. Okay? Okay, so let's finish up the equation. So don't forget we have y is equal to minus 18 plus minus your root sign minus 18 raised to the power 2 minus 4 times 1 times, we have negative 1363, right, over 2 times 1. So let's continue. So we have that our y is equal to negative times negative, we have plus, right? So which is still what? 18 plus minus negative 18 squared. So negative 18 squared will arrive at 324 minus 324. Now let's pay attention closely. This is negative. Negative 4 times 1. Negative 4 times 1 will give us negative 4. And then you have negative 4 times negative 1363. Negative, we cancel negative, so we have a plus. So we have 4 times 1363. We have, so this will be plus, we have 5,452 over 2 over 2, because 2 times 1 is 2. So we have that y is equal to 18 plus minus, let's add these two. So we have 324 plus 5,452. We are going to ascertain 5,776 over 2. So we have that y is equal to 18 plus minus. Now square root of 5,776 will give us 76 over 2. So at this point we see that we have that what y will be equal to 18 plus 76 over 2, or y will be equal to 18 minus 76 over 2. So we have that 18 plus 76, we have that this is equal to 94 over 2. And 94 divided by 2, we ascertain that our y is equal to 47. And over here, we have that y is equal to, it will say 18 minus 76, we have minus 58 over 2. And our y will be divided by 2, we have negative 29. So we've been able to ascertain that what y is equal to 47 or y is equal to 29. But we are not yet done because we need to find the value of x. So when y is 47, we need to find x. So we are going to substitute x into this what? Our formula. So we are going to substitute it into this formula where we have x is equal to y minus 18. So when y is 47, what is x? X is equal to 47 minus 18. So x is equal to, you have 47 minus 18, we'll ascertain 29. And when y is equal to 29, what is our x? So x into y minus 18, so we'll have that x is equal to, what's my y? Minus 29 minus 18. So we'll have that. So we'll have that minus 29 minus 18, we'll have negative 47. So when y is 47, x is 29. And when y is 29, x is, when y is negative 29, x is negative 47. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.